Right now, we need to change the filament according to the material that we want and the color too. So to do that, first we need to heat up the nozzle. Okay, so go to the LCD screen of the 3D printer. Okay, let me focus it so you can see. Okay, now press on the menu button and then scroll down to the left, turn to the right, sorry, my mistake, and choose temperature. Press on it and scroll down until you see preheat PLA. Click on it, press on it, and then choose preheat PLA. Press on it again, and then you will see the temperature change. Okay, so over here you have 60 degree for the bed and 190 degree is set for the nozzle. So over here you will see the temperature actually starts heating up. Same thing for the bed. Right now, let's wait for the printer to heat up. Now you can see the reading is already reaches 190 and 60. Okay, so which means the temperature for the nozzle and the bed is heated up. Now we need to change our material, okay, which we call it as the filament, to print our model. Let's go and choose our filament. Okay, right now over here you can see we have many type of colors of filament. Okay, so this is the material that we're going to use for our 3D printer to print. Okay, one thing we need to take note of is the type of material that we are choosing. For example, this filament, and this filament. Okay, we have three different filaments. These three different filaments are the three different type of filament. Okay, so over here at the reading here, okay, you will see this filament is called elastic 3D filament. Okay, so this filament is normally called TPU. This one is the ABS and this one is the PLA. So right now we don't need ABS and we're not using the elastic one, but we are going to choose the PLA one. So over here in this choice are all the PLA filament. Okay, choose one color that you want and then we will be starting our print. For me, I will be choosing this orange filament. Okay, over here you see it write PLA, which is the filament that we want. And at the end of the filament, okay, you can see the filament is tied up to the rope. Now pull the filament out until we have a nice flow of it. Okay, let me pull this out. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay, now I pull this filament out. At the head of the filament, we are going to cut it. Okay, so that we have a nice neat filament before we putting into the 3D printer. Now we need to use this cutter to cut the end of the filament. Okay, so we need to cut it in a slope. Okay, so please, before I cut it, I need to advise you, okay, if you need the cutter, please ask for help from the trainers, okay, or else you may hurt yourself. Okay, so ask help from the trainer and let them guide you before you start cutting it. Okay, so I'll take the cutter, okay, and then I'll cut it as a slope like this. Okay, and I cut it. Okay, right now I have a neat end. So let us put this filament into the 3D printer. So right now, let's change the filament according to the one that we choose, okay? In my case, I need to remove the red one into the orange one, okay? So, over here, you will see the filament is going in through the extruder, okay? So, we need to remove out the filament by pulling the back hinge, okay? The back hinge over there, and then pull out the filament at the same time, okay? Pull and pull. So right now, let me show you how we can do it, okay? So over here, okay, at the extruder, pull the hinge to the left hand side. Another hand, you will be pulling out the filament, okay? You see the filament is out from the tube, okay? So pull it until it's totally out and remove the filament. Once you remove the filament, take the filament that you choose, the material that you choose, in my case, the orange one, okay? And then, okay, right now we need to put the end in this method, okay? You will see the filament actually will flow in a smooth flow like this and not in this method, okay? Not in this method because the filament will stuck, okay, when you're printing. So we need a smooth flow so that the print will be nice, okay? So you need to put it in this method for the filament to go. Now put the end to the input of the extruder and same thing, pull the hinge to the left and push the filament in, okay? So over here you will see the filament is pushing it in the tube. So push it until the end, until you feel like you are not able to push anymore, okay? So you see like this, it means it's push at the end, to the end. Okay, right now we need to perform an action called purging, okay? So what is purging? Purging is a method that you use to push out the leftover material which is used previously until you see the new material out, okay? So to do that, at the gear over here, you're going to push the gear upwards, okay, until you see the new material is coming out, okay, until you see a nice flow. So I'm going to push at the top and look at the bottom at the same time. So over here you will see the filament is actually pushing out,